Hello and welcome to GPTV on a sunny Tuesday, the 22nd of October. My name's Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Pearce.
And Gary, I just want the viewers to know, and I'm looking straight down the barrel of the camera now, I don't feel that great. I'm up to my eyeballs in Codral, but I tell you what, that whole thing about soldier on, Codral, soldier on, the show must go on, Gary. GPTV must go on. So as bad as I feel, viewers, I've pulled myself, I've dragged my sorry you-know-what out of bed to be here so I can bring you the news. And the news at Gary Pearce is good news.
It's good news, Phil, and this is a very sniffly edition because we're both a little bit sniffly, and you know, you can
You
get
had a
that
little
there's pollen
sneeze
there's
before and I had to step
little
to the
sneeze,
side.
And what did you say about my sister?
I was saying, viewers, like when I get sick, it hits
Yeah.
me pretty hard. When Gary gets sick, it doesn't hit him so hard because he eats that much filthy junk food. He's drinking Coca-Cola, he's eating chips, he's sending emails at 3 o'clock in the morning, he's watching 4 different screens, he's punting on the dogs at Dapto while he's doing all of this, consuming all of this crap. Now, his secret is the more crap you eat, the more processed, terrible food you eat, that stuff kills the bacteria from the stuff that gives you a cold. So his cold's half my cold.
There's something in that, isn't there?
Do you know, I'm at home eating broccoli and going to bed at 6:45, doing everything right, and yet your cold is half of my cold.
You know what? It sort of reminds me of the Jackie Mason joke. You know, he'd say you go into the health foods. There's all skinny people, and they're all good. And then you go next door to the deli, and there's big people eating schnitzels and soup, and they're happy, and they're potatoes and more. You see, there's something in there. It's like the smokers section was always the fun people were always the smoky people. You know, there's something in that, isn't there?
It's true.
We don't live as long, but we live well.
You go into an old school boozy bar, right? Old school, I'm talking about, where they're pint after pint, and it's chips and hot dogs,
Parmigiana,
and meat pies and Parmigiana with not a skerrick of green on the plate. Those people, they might die early, but they're having a great time.
They live well. Do you know what I did last week? I'm having a mission to you that I haven't done, and I can't remember the last time, was I went to McDonald's. You see, never.
And I know what you had, Gary. You had the cheeseburger grill where you just had the cheese and the meat, no pickles, no onion, none of the rubbish.
No, I didn't. I had a Big Mac, Phil, actually.
Did you?
Without the pickles, Had a Big Mac, and I haven't done it for a long time. Because
How bad do you feel, though, an hour later?
When I used to work in Ackland Street, you know, do you work in Ackland Street with me together?
Of course, come
on. I can't even remember how far back we go there. But we used to go to McDonald's for lunch. All the time. It was fantastic, and I made a good friend of the owner of McDonald's as well.
Those are the days when McDonald's was good for you. Now it's still good for you.
And I've got to tell you, talk about how I feel an hour afterwards. Fantastic. I feel good an hour afterwards. I feel good 2 hours afterwards. And I thought, I haven't had a Big Mac for a long time. I wonder what it tastes like. It was incredible. And I went to this little spot down Elstree. I went to this little spot where I thought, this is a private spot because no one's sitting there. You know how sometimes there's a private spot and no one's there? Only afterwards you work out why. And I'm sitting there and I'm eating my Mac and I'm going, oh, it's so good. And I realised I was in the car park where all the cars go past. So everybody would have seen me there as well, which wasn't so clever.
That's the segue for me to bring this back to real estate.
Love McDonald's.
Because Gary was talking about lunch. Here's a great lunch story.
Oh, wow.
So Gary, my favourite, and you'll know this place.
Yeah, I do.
Viewers, Bondi Beach, the most iconic beach in the world.
It's pretty
and if
beautiful.
you can buy something that overlooks Bondi Beach, you know you've made it in life, and you will have spent some serious money. Anyway, there's North Bondi, and then I suppose there's South Bondi.
There is. Yeah,
South Bondi is where the famous Icebergs restaurant is.
It is. True.
And viewers, if you've ever walked along there, you walk past this incredible building, which I think is about 3 stories.
Yes.
It's just in front of Icebergs. Now, the view from there is unbelievable because you're just looking north to North Bondi. You're looking across the entire Bondi Beach.
It's above Icebergs, behind it.
I think this is the best building in possibly the world for an iconic beach view.
And the Packers own an apartment.
Here's a great story, Gary. I don't know this Melbourne cleaning boss, George Stammis, and his wife, Jackie Marie, but they were having lunch at Bondi, at Icebergs.
Icebergs, as you do.
They came out of Icebergs. This is public information. So George and Jackie, if you happen to be watching, I'm just reading here from the Financial Review, Monday's edition. So they had a lovely lunch at Icebergs. They came out of Icebergs. They saw a tiny little for sale sign on this apartment. So what does everybody do after finishing a great lunch at Icebergs? They ring the agent comes straight over and they buy it. And it's a 1-bedroom apartment, Gary, although it's been extensively renovated. We'll try and get some images up on screen as we speak.
Yep.
Lunch, inquiry to the agent, yes, we'll take it, $11 million.
$11 million, wow.
$11 million. Here we are. Mr. Stambis, who is the owner and director of GJK Facility Services, and his wife signed the $11 million deal after spotting the for sale sign on the luxury apartment after having lunch at Icebergs.
How about that?
So I've got to tell you, imagine the menu. It's like, the prawn something or other, the lobster tagliatelle and a bisque, and an apartment for $11 million.
Right.
They didn't have to, they probably didn't have desserts.
No, I don't think so, Phil. Well, they got their just desserts when they bought that property, didn't they,
How
Phil?
good a story is that?
That's a great story.
Isn't that a great
that is a story of aspiration, of opulence. And talking about opulence and aspiration, we've got our own Prime Minister who's bought a wonderful apartment. Good luck to him.
No, he's bought a house,
beautiful,
Gary.
a great house with a bay view. It's all happening, isn't it, with Albo?
I tell you what, putting Albo aside for the moment, and we can circle back to that.
Yeah.
Just a shout out again to George Stammis and his wife Jackie, because we're bringing this up not through cutting down tall poppies.
No,
we seek to pour water on the tall poppies because we say, because no doubt George Stammis has got an amazing story.
Of course.
But how good is it, this country, that you can work hard and then buy yourself something after lunch like that? And shout out to Albo, who, interesting time to have actually bought the house.
Yes, not sure it was politically the best move for him, but he got a good house. He worked hard. He came from a rough background. So that's, forget about Albo, but that's what we celebrate in this country. And long may we continue to do that, Phil. Celebrate success, aspiration, hard work, and people that can go all the way.
Here's a bit of a tip, viewers.
Yep.
Right? This is a tip. And I'm just having a look at the Prime Minister's, what he's done. So everybody wants to buy a beautiful house. And by the way, I do not deny the Prime Minister of this country having the same aspirations as you and me and everybody else.
What, to win a Melbourne Cup?
No, we want to have a beautiful house.
Yes, okay.
And if we could have one overlooking the ocean, all the better. Having said that, I think the message is very clear here, Gary. I reckon he's jumped into the market because he sees an interest rate cut coming, and he knows, like everybody should know, when interest rates come down, the property market goes up. So viewers, don't just take GPTV's advice to buy real estate. I think the Prime Minister, Gary, he's done this. He's done that to the Reserve Bank. He's done that to whoever, whatever her name is. I've forgotten her name. But he's gone like that. She's gone like this. Right?
Okay.
And off he's gone.
Off he's gone and bought it.
And by the way, if the Reserve Bank lawyers are watching this show, if Albo's lawyers are watching this show, it's a frivolous show.
Yes.
We're just making a joke. I'm sure the two of you did not speak to each other about that cliff-top purchase.
You may not have, but you may have too, Phil. You don't know that they didn't either.
Gary, I just want to make sure that this is going to get past all the lawyers.
Phil, I think it's going to be okay. Look, there's lots of things going on at the moment. This is a very non-political show. We don't like getting involved in it.
Very political,
no,
Gary.
not really. But Jacinta Allen has decided today we are going to give a little bit of an injection.
Monday's
we're going
announcement.
to give a bit of exactly. We're going to give a bit of an injection into the developer. Builder market, and for those buyers looking to buy in there. And I mean, this was around for a long time. It was abolished. And I think somehow maybe they thought, there's all this land tax, but then all of a sudden, oops, there's not so many transactions and the stamp duty ain't looking so good anymore. Let's get people going back over here. Let's get people activated. Let's get builders a chance. There's also another story happening about a 20-storey building in Brighton. Have you seen that as well?
Have you seen the locals of Brighton? Well, are they up and about?
The fine people of Brighton don't like it.
I never thought yesterday's front cover of Yesterday's Age was a good Brighton man doing this at the camera. I mean, that's that
That's a
doing
woman to say.
that
Yeah.
to the camera, that's a message of we will fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And Philip, there were BMWs and Peugeots and Mercs all parked in the street in Church Street, all with the residents coming out screaming, blue murder, Philip.
Having
at this,
said that, I
development.
guarantee you one thing, Gary.
What's that?
I guarantee if a 20-story building goes up in Brighton, it'll have some incredible views.
Oh, will.
I guarantee you that bloke,
Yeah.
he'll be the first person trying to buy into that building.
He could well.
It's
He goes,
always
now
the same.
going ahead, it looks pretty good here.
I want
yeah.
to just close off on that though, Gary. Look, we need more housing. There is a housing shortage. We need more housing. Places like Brighton have got incredible facilities, a train station, brilliant shopping centres close to the beach, parkland, schools. So we do need greater density in these suburbs. And I get it. Everybody wants the status quo.
Yep.
But once the building goes up, everybody will get used to it. And if you want your children to live somewhere near you, then you're going to have to put up with some change. Anyway, Gary, speaking of change, the one thing that didn't change is the Gary Peer & Associates success rate across the weekend. I'm looking at our clearance rates. We sold 25 out of 32 for a 78% clearance when the industry, Gary, was
59% as reported by REA. Let's get up those towers, Phil, with a bit of Bose music, because that was pretty damn good, I've got to say,
No
Philip.
question.
And I think the message to buyers, by the way, Philip,
Here's the message.
Your window is closing. It is closing because I reckon, Phil, that you've got now a few opportunities because you've got this 1 year opportunity to buy off the plan.
Yep.
So that's one opportunity. You've got this market that is starting to feel like it's going to change as soon as interest rates drop. Certainly if they drop twice, it will change, I think. Once maybe might be enough. And I think that window of opportunity where we see prices have sort of stayed, they have come back and they've kind of stabilised at this comeback level, I reckon, Phil, the window for a buyer is closing.
Gary,
Phil.
we know what Albo knows, and Albo knows what we know, and Albo knows that we know that when the Reserve Bank cuts interest rates, then property prices always go up. So
it feels like there's a concerted effort. It feels like, Phil, there's a concerted effort to pull a few levers to get property to come back, and that's what happens always in Australia. So just understand, buyers, your window's closing.
Imagine if Michelle Stevens cuts the interest rates, right? And then Albo goes, you know what? I might just flick this cliff top margin. And he has an auction employing Gary Peer & Associates. We get him a cool, lazy $1 million on
profit,
top. I wonder what the media would have to say about that. Gary, can we jump into the sales that happened across the weekend?
Phil, something else I want to ask you about. It's not quite my beef. I won't put the beef sign up. But do you remember the time where the auctioneer determined the increments? Because the auctioneer used to determine the increments of bidding, and
there was a time when the auctioneer was actually in control.
Yeah, exactly right. And look, I say now at auctions when people offer me a different increment, I just say, look, I'll take it and I'll do as I'm told. Because that's how I've stayed happily married for 30 years, Phil.
Yes, Gary.
So we do as we're told.
Misogynist joke, that one.
Why is it misogynist? Okay, my wife could have said the same thing about me.
Come on, Gary.
She could have said that's good. I think there's nothing misogynist about that.
Just
Phil.
move it on.
You've got a high level of paranoia, I think, about that sort of stuff. But anyway, Phil, one of the first auctions we did on the weekend was in Kershaw Street, and there were people that were throwing all sorts of different bids at me. And you know what, Phil? Given that we were at a reasonable level, I was happy to take those increments, Phil.
Do you know what? Why not just let the flow develop, Gary? That's exactly your theory and mine.
Let it develop, let it flow. Make it happy, make it up, make it positive.
Do you have something to say about the weekend?
6 Kershaw Street, Phil. That was sold for $1 million.
Where's Kershaw Street?
It's in Bentley East.
Right, thank you.
It's a suburb we sell a lot in.
Great.
You go there.
No.
In fact, you were there on Saturday.
I said this for the viewers.
Yeah, good. So anyway, sold for $1,301,000 with 3 bidders competing for that, Philip. While I was there, you were in Lucan Street. And that's a great home, and well done to the vendors who are keen GPTV watchers, Phil. Sold undisclosed.
Thank you to that family who have been wonderful, wonderful friends and clients and supporters of our company. So shout out to you. You know who you are.
Anyway, 12 to 132 was the range, Philip. It's undisclosed, but suffice to say it was in the upper part of the range thereabouts. Phil, we also had a property that we sold at 113 Campbell Road. We auctioned but didn't sell. I think this is quite a good buy, Phil. It's around 1150 for a beautiful home in Caulfield North, a very affordable property. Phil, you were in Mackie Road talking about Bentley East. You were around the corner from my friend Beck's Carvery, and I'm telling you now, the best chicken soup in the world is at Beck's Carvery. I go there on Friday afternoon. You'll see me there, and lots of other nice food
Carvery.
too.
I love that. I love that
you're going to go there.
I love that you know that. Like,
me and Beck are mates, and she watches GPTV too. And we're going to do something with Beck and Beck's Carvery on GPTV, Phil. Because if you're ever down Centre Road near Mackie Road, you've got to stop in there. Great potatoes, great schnitzels, great soup on Friday only. Anyway,
Mackie Road, what a great property, and a shout out to the clients there who are the most delightful people. Father and son gave us instructions to sell that.
Yep.
Big, beautiful home, and we sold it to a lovely, lovely family.
We did price undisclosed. I thought you were going to shoot your mouth off there, but 101 Mackie Road, 17 to 18 Phillip. 3 bidders took it beyond that range to an undisclosed price. Phil, 22 Takapuna Road, or Takapuna Street, never did quite get to auction, did it?
No. A bit of a shout out to Liam from our office. That was that was a young, up and coming super sales.
He's a young gun
salesperson with our office, and that was really one of his first listings for the company, and he's done a great job handling it. But what a great job the team did in selling that before auction for a very, very strong price. Having said that to the buyer, you have bought the most incredible package.
And we know that home's been a happy home, Phil, because we know 2 different families that have owned that home, and both astute real estate people who are happy living there. So well done. The pricing was sort of in the high 2s, but anyway, just was beyond that, I can say that, Phil. 16 at 273 Orong Road, Phil. I had great joy in auctioning this apartment. We didn't sell it. There was a delightful lady there who would have been, I believe, without any disrespect to her, possibly in her 90s, Philip. She was a very elderly lady and a very nice lady, and she made an offer, but it didn't quite secure it. So you could buy that now for $859.
And what an incredible apartment that is!
What a view
with that rooftop deck.
I love that rooftop
Where do you get that?
deck. It's well, you get it there in that apartment, Philip.
Good point.
40 Bertram Street. Well, I want to just talk about that. It's undisclosed, Philip. The range was 26 to 286, just so buyers got an understanding, or viewers, I should say, got an understanding of where the pitch was for that. But Philip, we did auction that second time around, and second time around we got it sold.
What
Tell
a beautiful
us a bit about
home. Well, that was a beautiful renovated, in fact, virtually rebuilt Californian bungalow done by a local architectural firm, Sketch. They do some incredible work. We sold it for some lovely people to some lovely people. So well done to all.
Now, before we get on to our offerings, Philip, we are in now very much
the home
middle of
straight,
spring.
Gary.
Well, it's almost we've tipped over the halfway mark, haven't we?
Yep,
because we're already just in the second half of spring, just by a few
Gary,
days.
we've got the month of October, then take a weekend out of November for Cup weekend. And having said that, the real estate calendar looks like it might be kind to us, because if we wanted to, Gary, and while I'm just dragging this out and everybody can see that I'm looking at my iPad, December this year has the 7th, the 14th and the 21st. So viewers, will we be going to the 21st of December? I believe so.
I think we will, Philip. Yep. I'm listing into December as you are. Listed a great apartment in South Yarra. If you're looking for one there, just got a beautiful apartment
Kensington
there.
Road, well done
love
on
that street, thank you. But I have to say, Phil, that I think it's going to be a bit of a late finish. And I think there's going to be a bit of a strong finish too. That's just my feeling. I don't know. Call me crazy if you will, but that's just the feeling that I've got. Philip, we have got many, many auctions coming up this weekend. We've probably got close to 40, I reckon.
Well, let's start with the week the week that's coming, Gary.
We are going to be in Stone Street at 6:30. If it hasn't been sold before, we're going to be selling that.
Gary, I love that property. Nikki Janover and Jessica Filipovic have got the auction honours there. 3 bedrooms and a bathroom, off-street car parking for 2 cars. What a pretty home.
So I love a good midweek auction, a twilighter, Philip, and I've got the auction honours in Clark Street.
You'll be meeting Leon and Vanessa there. That's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking via a double lock-up garage and parking for 2 cars in front. So technically 4 car parks.
We're going to be doing it in East Brighton at 5:30, and at 6:30 we're going to be in Marara Road, Parkside there.
Gary, directly opposite the park that runs between Marara and Karawina. What a great home. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking and a lock-up garage. We've got Leon Gusenfitter and Ben Eisner joining together to sell that home.
And you're going to be on Thursday at 7:30, still going out there with your little hammer, Philip, and your gavel at 4 Bolston Street in Balaclava.
Again, meeting Nikki and Jessica. That's 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. A really pretty home. And don't we love Bolston?
We sure do. We've got a thumping weekend for Cox Plate Day, Philip, on Saturday. Big Cox Plate Day. Don't you love Cox Plate?
I do love Cox Plate, but I love 803 at 35 Wilson Street even more. That's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom and car space in a modern building in a great location. You've got all of South Yarra and Paran on your doorstep.
I reckon we're in about 15 suburbs on Saturday, Philip, and that's at 10 a.m. And we are going to be in Fitzroy at 10 a.m. with Simon Rodolnik meeting Daniel Peer in Hanover Street.
Gary, what a great building, what a great property, what a great address, and how cool is Fitzroy? That's 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom.
We have triple auction action at 10:30, Philip, in McKinnon Road. McKinnon, Jeremy Rosens is auctioning for Vanessa McGlynn.
A beautiful 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space apartment together with a balcony. That's a great property, walking distance to all of the cafes. Vanessa McGlynn and John Sweepo have the honours.
And at 10:30 you can give me Wando, because I'm going to be doing the auction at 5 at 2 Wando, Philip.
With Nikki Janova and Jessica again. They're a busy couple, those two, aren't they? 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, great location.
Philip, you're not yet auctioning, so you can have a little sleep in, but Graham Callan can't. He's going to be in Kitmont Street, Murrumbeena at
Meeting Lior
10:30.
Bar and Leon Guzenfitter, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a car space.
We've got no less than 5 auctions at 11:30. Philip, Seymour Road, number 75 is your first auction.
Gary,
what a great
I've
address.
sold this home before and I love it. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 2 cars. You couldn't get a better looking facade. The floor plan's fabulous. North-facing back garden. Lots to love.
Looking forward to that one, Philip. 11:30, you are going to, Simon Rodolnik meets Lior Bar in Rosella Avenue, Clarinda.
Gary, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage, plenty of land. What a great property. Looking forward to that.
34 Cambrook Road is going to be my second auction on Saturday, Philip. I'm excited to meet Daniel Peer and auction that home.
Joel Sir, Bernard Mell and Romy Skolnick are also going to be there. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, and sits on 317 square metres of land.
Leo Samuel has his second auction on Saturday morning, Philip, in Maroona Road, Carnegie.
Meeting Rishi Thacker and Leon Guzenfitter, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a car space. That's an extra large apartment and lots to love there.
We love Hotter Street, Philip, and this particular property is such a good-looking property. Jeremy Rosens is handling that with Daniel McMucker.
Gary, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage and a swimming pool. That's really the property with absolutely everything. And I love Hotter Street. That's a great location.
We've got 4 12:30 auctions, Philip. You are going to be kicking off in this beautiful-looking home in Teak Street.
Gary, we love Teak Street. I'm meeting Ben Eisner and Vanessa McGlynn there. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 2 cars. And that home is just gorgeous to look at.
As is the home in Perth Street, Murrumbeena, which Kristen de Vries has been handling, and that is a great
Together
looking
with
property.
Dizzy Wang, that's 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking. That's got some really incredible features to it. That's a home you can move straight into, Gary, and just live and love it from day one.
Simon Rodolnik is clocking up the K's on his car, Philip. He's gone from Fitzroy to Clarinda and now he's in Cheltenham at 12:30 in Warrigal Road.
Meeting Mark and Uddy there, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a lock-up garage, lots of garden area, a really good home.
I get to enjoy another auction at 12:30, Philip, this time in Grange Road. I'm meeting Daniel Peer there with Bernard Mell.
Yes, you are, Gary. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a car space together with some courtyard garden area. That's a really good property and very affordable.
There are 4 1:30 auctions, Philip. One of those is in Moonya Road with Leo Samuel meeting Rishi.
Rishi and Mark Wynn, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. What a great entry into the market and great spot.
You will be in Raglan Street, a great location, Philip. You're going to be meeting Vanessa McGlynn there at 1:30.
Together with John Sweepo, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 car spaces, a lock-up garage, courtyard garden area. That is absolutely immaculate.
Glen Huntley Road, Elstonwick is where Jeremy Rosens is going to be auctioning for Joel Sir at 1:30.
And also Reno is going to be there, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Great aspects, great outlook, great building. And of course, Glen Huntley Road, Elstonwick is really one of the best strip shopping centres in Melbourne.
Graham Callan's back on the circuit in Yendon Road, also at 1:30 p.m, Phil.
Meeting David Thompson there for a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. That's light and bright and a really good apartment.
And Jeremy Rosens closes out his very busy Saturday in Herbert Street, St Kilda, Philip.
Meeting Daniel Michmacher. That is a beautiful building and a great spot. Herbert Street, you know, what's not to love about that location? You've got the park, you've got the gardens, you've got Ackland Street. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and basement car parking for 2.
Let's move into a very busy Sunday, Philip. The Cox Plate Sunday. We will be in Northcote Avenue at 10:30. I've got the auction honours with Arlene Joffe on this one.
Gary, a lovely apartment, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Beautiful gardens in this development. So lovely spot. And obviously you've got Hawthorn and Balaclava Road trams on your doorstep.
Another great apartment presents to the market at 10:30 on Sunday in Victoria Street, Elsternwick. And this time it's Jeremy Rosen's auction.
Meeting Mark and Uddy there. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space.
4 auctions at 11:30. Philip, Newland Street, Caulfield is where Leo Samuel's going to be.
Meeting David Thompson. This is a lovely single-storey villa, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a lock-up garage. Move straight into that. We love that style of real estate.
Very sorry I can't be at this auction. I've spoken to the vendors, Philip, 23 Bramerton Road, Caulfield. This is a fine-looking property.
I'm meeting Joel Surini Dunn Gutman there. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. That's a single-storey home with a double lock-up garage. It sits on 797 square metres of north-facing land with a swimming pool. So you've got the choice there. You either buy the house for the house or you buy the property for the land, but both are incredible options.
Philip, Jeremy Rosen's only has to walk through the park from Victoria Street to get to Parkside Street. And it's literally on the other side of the park, and he's auctioning there at 11:30.
Meeting Lamore Herskovitz there, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a car space. That's a beautiful apartment together with a courtyard garden, which takes that from good to great.
Love the look of this home I'm auctioning for Leon Guzenfitter at 11:30 in Clarence Street, Caulfield
Also
South.
meeting Leo Yu there, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. We have a double lock-up garage, not a single. That's right, Gary, together with courtyard gardens. That's a great home.
On Saturday I had an auction, Philip. I had Leo and Leon all together.
Well,
it was
isn't
a party.
that fascinating,
It was a
Gary?
party, Philip.
Won't be as fascinating as the auction at 298 North Road, Brighton East. Daniel Michmacher, Jeremy Rosens have the honours there. That's 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage, a swimming pool. That's the house with absolutely everything.
It sure is. In Kooyong Road, we've got this very lovely apartment that Ben Azer's been handling with a spectacular courtyard, Phil.
Together with John Sweepo, that's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. I love this development. It's high on the Kooyong Road hill. You can walk to everywhere from there. Tram on your doorstep in Dandenong Road. You've got 2 train stations. Wattle Tree Road, Glenferrie Road, High Street. What a great spot.
We always find Beach Street to be a popular address, Philip, but you're doing the auction there at 12:30.
For Nikki and Jessica, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a lock-up garage. What a great property.
We've got 4 auctions at 1:30, Philip. We've got the first one of those is at 8 at 386 Dandenong Road, Caulfield North.
Really good building. Somebody will be meeting Aviv and Lydia there. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and basement car parking for 2 cars.
It won't be Jeremy Rosen's because he's around the corner in Hawthorn Road, 6 at 62 Hawthorn Road, Philip.
Gary, that's a great building. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Great location. You've got everything on your doorstep.
This has been very popular, this apartment in St Albans Avenue. I'm not surprised. It's a great address. 410 St Albans Avenue. Gets to the market at 1:30 on Sunday.
Daniel Peer, Bernard Mel, Romy Skolnick and Arlene Joffe have had the honours there. That's a great apartment, and St Albans Avenue is a great address. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a car space.
2 at 19 Redan Road, Philip. Darren Krongold has been handling that with his team, and you're the auctioneer for that one.
Gary, we love this property. This is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a double lock-up garage. It's single storey. What a great location. You've got the racecourse, you've got the you've got the Caulfield train station, you've got the Caulfield shopping centre, and you've got Caulfield Park on your doorstep there. That is a wonderful home.
Double auction action, Philip, on Sunday at 2:30, 37 Jupiter Street, Caulfield South.
Gary, 3 or 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking for as many as 4 cars. That sits on 730 square metres of land. I'm going to be meeting Joel and Ed Dunn there. That's a great property and I'm looking forward to doing that auction.
The Avenue, Philip, is being handled by Arlene Joffe. If that goes ahead, it'll be at 2:30 on Sunday.
Super apartment there, Gary. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space.
And we're closing down the weekend, Philip, with 2 3:30 auctions. One of those is this very pretty home in Cobden Street, Caulfield North.
Gary, pretty as a picture this. Love Cobden Street, love that location, and I love this home. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a car space. That's a great home that you could move straight into, or you could add some value as the years go by.
We bring the curtain down, Philip, in Aruna Road in Caulfield North. You have the auction honours of this fine property.
Well, Gary, some people say that Aruna is the 2nd best street. Some say it's the 3rd best street, but the reality is the 3 best streets are Howett, Lamia and Aruna.
Yes.
And we would say Howett's number 1, but Aruna and Lamia jostle for who's number 2.
Sure do.
And if one loses to the other and becomes number 3, it's still pretty great. I love Aruna Road. I love its treescape. I love the houses. I love the fact that the the street curves and bends. And this is 4 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, but the reality is it's 900 square metres of land, Gary, with a west and a northwest orientation at the rear. What an opportunity to paint your blank canvas with whatever your dream happens to be.
And that is our auctions, Philip, but a few featured properties that have just popped up. I've got this great older style apartment in L Street, Philip. That's 2 at 14 Orong Road. What a beautiful apartment.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a tandem lock-up garage, which is highly unusual. Check out the timber floors there. That's a beautiful property.
Now, Phil, this home orientates itself around the pool so beautifully. This is 380 Glen Ira Road, Caulfield. Love this home.
If you're into mid-century architecture, go and have a look at the reinterpretation of the kind of 60s, 50s, 60s. The current owners have done the most beautiful job. I love this house. You walk into it, Gary, you feel very much at home. It's light, it's bright, and it's got some serious wow factor.
It sure has. We look forward to seeing you at that home, viewers, and if not, we'll see you at 2 at 54 Snowden Avenue, another featured property.
How much do we love Snowden Avenue?
Sure
You've got the tram and Hawthorne Road on your doorstep. It's one of the best located streets. This is a great single-storey villa, Gary, that is 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms and a double lock-up garage and courtyard garden areas. I love Snowden and I love that property.
And that's a big wrap on this week's edition, which you got through okay with all of your ailments and illnesses and diseases.
Come on, it's just called a cold, Gary.
Oh, okay,
It's just
I got
a
bit carried
simple
away.
cold, and I'm codral soldiering on.
Soldier on and soldier on to a very big and busy week of real estate, Philip. This is going to be a cracking weekend with a smorgasbord of fine offerings, and we are excited and look forward to it. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week on GPTV. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a magnificent week.